Hi everyone, Steve Crosby here. Welcome to this edition of Monday Morning Musing. This is our last final installment on the topic of praise and worship derived from my book of the same name. Many of you have probably heard this passage used as a foundation for whatever you do in your church regarding praise and worship. God inhabits the praises of his people. So it is implied that if you get enough people singing and you sing well enough or whatever, your hearts are pure and you're sincere and you're wholehearted and you're free of sin, whatever, that when the assembly gets together and sings, God's presence comes out of heaven and fills the room and enjoy the presence of God. Listen carefully. What were inhabited praises in the old economy become inhabited people in the new economy. Don't you know that you are the dwelling places, you corporately, the people of God together, that you are the naos or the naos, the inner sanctuary of God? You are the temple of God. God, since the resurrection and the Spirit outpouring, inhabits people, not singing. Now, I've mentioned it in another episode. We have not been taught how to engage Jesus in one another. We've been taught how to passively listen to a sermon. And in some atmospheres, we've been taught how to sing and carry on for 45 minutes. But both of those are esoteric, invisible phenomena, rather than engaging with another human being and discovering that in our great union, those that are joined to the Lord are one in spirit. That in my brother, my sister, the other member of the body of Christ, the Christ is there. The Christ is present. His presence inhabits the body of Christ. And there is nothing we have to do to manufacture an experience in the presence of God. Here is the reality of New Testament doctrinal living. When I am with you, I am in the presence of God. When you are with me, you are in the presence of God. We just don't pay attention. And as I said, we haven't been taught to know how to do this, how to recognize this. We're so conditioned to psychic stimulus that we've lost how, well, not even lost, we haven't ever learned how to live in a presenced state. Years and years and years ago, decades ago, a fellow by the name of Brother Lawrence wrote a little book called Practicing the Presence of the Lord. And he talks about, as he's cleaning his pots and pans, he enjoys the presence of the Lord. And that's good, that's fine, but it's still individual, subjective, and private, and I have a problem with that. The presence of the Lord is maximized in the gathering of the saints, not by singing. Inhabited praises become inhabited people. Now, when I say this, again, people who are invested in their identity, their ministry, their prominence, their significance, their gift expression, the guitar player, the worship leader, the keyboard player, whose entire existence, they think, is taking people into God's presence, which there is no such person or ministry, they'll say, well, it's both. No, it's not both. There's been a termination of one way of existence. Read Galatians if you don't get that. And there's been a beginning of a new way of existence. This is not about methods of worship. There was an old way, and now there's a new way. It's about a new type of creation, right? A new creation. A new order of existence as a human being has begun. The old way of existing as a human being has ended, and everything with it has ended. Now, can we enjoy music, song, dance, poetry, art, all of that stuff? We can enjoy it, engage in it, enjoy it. Just don't tie bad theology, particularly theology that undermines the great wonders of the new covenant. Don't do it. Don't participate in it. Don't sing those songs. Don't let yourself be manipulated by a caffeine amped up worship leader. Live in the reality of the indwelling Spirit that you share with the other members of the body of Christ. And I'll see you the next time.